Hi, DET test takers. Today we're going to practice some DET questions together. We'll be using the question bank from DETPractice, the all-in-one prep platform. Once the time is up, the correct answers will appear on the screen. Let's get started.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about being busy. Tell me what you like to do to relax when you're not busy.
To relax when I'm not busy, I usually like to listen to music or go for a walk. For example, after a long day of classes, I might put on my headphones and take a stroll around campus. This helps me unwind and clear my head. Honestly, just having that quiet time alone lets me recharge so I can handle everything else better. Relaxing this way keeps me from getting too stressed out, which is super important for feeling balanced.
Thanks. Let me ask you another question. Do you think it is important to schedule breaks during busy times? Why or why not?
I definitely think it's important to schedule breaks during busy times. For instance, when I'm studying for exams, I make sure to set timers to remind myself to take short breaks every hour. These little pauses help me stay focused and prevent burnout. If I didn't take breaks, I feel like my work would actually get worse because I'd be tired. So, making time for breaks really helps me keep up my productivity and mental health.
Interesting. I have another question. Do you think balancing tasks and rest is important in modern life? Why or why not?
Balancing tasks and rest is really important in modern life, in my opinion. Let's say you have a ton of assignments. You can't just work nonstop or you'll totally burn out. Taking breaks, whether that's hanging out with friends or just watching a show, helps you come back to your work feeling refreshed. Honestly, with how fast-paced life is now, if you don't find that balance, you can end up feeling overwhelmed pretty easily.
Thanks for talking about being busy with me. Now, I'd like to change topics and ask you a few questions about honesty and communication. What are some ways you tell people what you think?
One way I tell people what I think is by just being open in conversations and expressing my opinions honestly. For example, if we're working on a group project, I'll share my ideas directly, but respectfully. Another way is through text messages or emails if the topic feels easier to write out. Whether it's in person or online, I think it's important to communicate clearly so people know where I stand.
Okay, let me ask you another question. What do you think about times when people speak honestly to you?
When people speak honestly to me, I actually appreciate it, even if it's not always what I want to hear. For example, if a friend tells me they didn't like something I did, it might sting at first, but I'd rather know the truth. Honestly, I think honest conversations help build trust between people. That way, you don't have to guess what someone's really thinking, which makes things less awkward overall.
Okay, I've got a different question. How can honesty be helpful in different situations?
Honesty can be super helpful in a lot of situations. For example, if someone makes a mistake at work or school, admitting it right away can actually save everyone a lot of trouble. Also, being honest with friends about your feelings prevents misunderstandings. I guess honesty helps build stronger relationships and creates trust, whether it's in personal life or at work. So, telling the truth really does make life simpler and more genuine.
That's all for today's practice. If you'd like more free practice and free mock tests, visit DETPractice.com to claim your 3-day free VIP trial. See you next time for more practice.